But you now want to get into another story where the chairman of the Commission on Revenue Allocation, Mika Chesarem, has lashed out at counties, indicating that the current wage bill that counties are incurring is quite exorbitant, and he has recommended that close to 700 million shillings goes into paying the nominated MCAs. And right now we are joined by the governor of Kiambu County, and that is Governor William Kabogo. Thank you very much for making time to speak to us on KTN Business today. And what do you make of the chairman CRA regarding how counties' wage bills have been going up?
Well, thank you for inviting me to this interview. Well, the issue raised by Chairman Chesaran is a fact that we have very high wage bills. And one of the issues that causes this high wage bill, as he has rightly said, is we have a huge number of nominated MCAs. And this is in line with the Constitution, which requires not more than, one gender, not more than one third. Yeah. So, for example, in Kiambu, we have 60 wards. We have only 4 elected women MCAs. And to be able to keep the one-third rule, we had to nominate, I think, 27 others. So really, it's a challenge, it's a constitutional issue. There's really nothing much can be done, that can be done to sort that issue. The only thing that proactively probably the members of public should do is think of electing some women leaders. Because if we want to have 20 elected ladies in Kiambu, for example, in 20 wards, that would mean we'll have a balance of 40-20, which is within the constitutional limit. So really, probably that's the way to go. Or then amend the constitution so that elections just become elections.
Sorry about that, Governor. Looking at this interesting dilemma, counties are also on the spot when it comes to mismanagement of revenue. We've seen the Auditor General raise the concerns. Central government has raised concerns. Are they being too tough on you?
No. Really, accountability is a requirement anywhere, even in the private sector. So what the Auditor General has done is his job. Point out weaknesses that are in government, both at the national level and the county levels. And we are duty-bound to make sure that we use resources in a manner that is prudent, in a manner that is not corrupt, in a manner that is efficient. And these are things that are drawing us back in terms of performance. So really, I would look at the auditor not as a bloodhound, but as an aid to be able to help counties and the national government, to help government in general on how to utilize resources. So really, for the auditor to point out this glaring issues in counties, for me, is a good thing. I'm happy that Kiambu, we don't have that big a problem.
Well, I know Kiambu has an issue when it comes to the issue of the construction of a road that the Auditor General has actually is on record saying that procedures weren't followed to some extent. What's your response?
I'm not aware, but we have procurement statutes that govern how to procure services, and I'm sure that we have done everything that we have done above board. The only frustrating thing is red tape, government bureaucracy is an issue even in counties where you want, for example, I want to procure a generator for the headquarters. I have not been able to do so because of some of these glaring red tape issues.
Sorry, Governor. Does this also apply to the hospital ward that is also up for discussion right now?
The hospital?
Ward in your county.
Hospital ward, as in.
There was an issue that was raised by the Auditor General on the Kiambu Hospital Ward A. you've been a bit quiet about this. What's your response to this, Governor?
My responses in issues of audit are simple. Where we have problems of procurement or how we expend money, we need to deal with it so that it becomes a lesson for the future. I mean, we all learn through mistakes. And that's why we have internal audit systems that audit us in terms of what we are doing now and what we need to be able to change so that in the future we do not have these problems. So really, for me, audit is good. Yes.
Well, Governor, at this conference, one of the biggest discussions was on ICT adoption. And Kiambu County doesn't have a land registry that is up to date. Are we preaching wine?
The registry of land does not belong to, it's not a function of the county government. That is a function of the national government. But be that as it may, we know that the national government is moving quite fast in terms of automating land registries all over the country. And I know that Kiambu and Thika are part of the wider network that government is working on. But I'm happy that as a county, we are completely digital in terms of revenue automation. And this is why we are here today, to be able to benchmark with other counties. And they need not reinvent the wheel. They need not do the things that we did, piloting, to check what works and what doesn't work. And that's why we want to share our experience with the other counties. We are now going cashless, the whole county, so that in the next, including hospitals, yes, including land rates, as it is today, you don't have to come to our offices to get approvals for constructions. All you need to do is at the comfort of your architect's office, you load your thing. We have started what we call EDAMS, and that is electronic development management system, so that even in our hospitals we need not collect cash from anywhere. And this will eliminate wastage, will eliminate corruption, because cash attracts a lot of theft. And so going digital is the way. Yes.
Well, many thanks there, Governor Kabogo, for just giving us insights into this issue.